It's your boy Richway Tilla, aka Pinky Daddy. We in the real trenches. We ain't even in my hood. We in a little village where it's really cracking at right now. Y'all getting tuned with a humble soul, bro.
A humble soul, we checking back in, man. Another exclusive. You know what I'm saying? We back in the rack with it, Chicago. Let them know what we got in front of the camera, bro.
It's your boy Tilla, aka Richway Tilla. Everybody know me as Pinky Daddy.
For sure. And with Jonte.
And Jonte, yeah. You can
Man, I mean, I saw several, headlines, I guess related to the unfortunate, passing of your daughter. And you getting shot, a couple of years ago. And I know Steve Harvey reached out to you. I saw you on Charleston White, the local news here. I was just, doing my research. But before even jumping into that, I know you done shared that story a million times. But I'd like for you to just go back, man, and talk about your upbringing a little bit. Like, born and raised out west. I know you represent the west side of Chicago, but, like, did you migrate around the city, or what was your upbringing like, bro?
I'm really out west 290 baby. Like, my whole life I've been on the west side of Chicago. My upbringing was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 31. I was born in the 90s, you feel me? So when I was coming up and shit, it was still cool to be a kid, kind of. And a lot of the gang banging shit was going over our heads due to the fact that we still had structure around. There was still gang chiefs around where I'm from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Out west produced damn near all the gang chiefs really damn near from out west, from like the 4 C's, like where I'm from. So some of those people who had structure was still around my upbringing. So I got the chance to hoop on crate rims in the alleys and play at the YMCA, ANU teams. I jumped head first in the street probably like at 15, 16, like for real, you know what I'm saying? But just coming up was dope, like, you know what I'm saying? I went to grammar school. I didn't drop out of grammar school. How these children is today, like, we had to go to school. Like, it wasn't no not going to grammar school. You had a better chance of dropping out of high school than grammar school back then when I was coming up. So we was disciplined as hell, respect our elders, you know what I'm saying? Help the older people take the trash out their cribs, who live on the block, help them take groceries in, who live on the block. Like that type shit, but overall it was dope.
Man, so I'm not personally from Chicago, so what's the meaning behind the 290? What does that mean?
290, that's the Heroin highway. Everybody knows, like, I know you heard this before if you're familiar about. Okay, out south, Chicago has 4 parts: east, north, south, west. But everybody really compare the south and the west. Even though you hear about over east more than out west, but as far as the balance where it's cracking that more, it's gonna be out west versus out south. 290 is the Heroin highway. It separates the E-ways and the highways. So when you getting on 290, you finna come out west. Like, if you on the expressway and you pass the 290, you finna come to where all the parties at. Like, even the news call it the Heroin highway because 90% of the drugs that's getting sold in Chicago is getting distributed through the west side of Chicago.
Real talk.
We the drug dealers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have 5 drug cases. Our south motherfuckers is known for going to jail for guns, armed robberies, even murders. Like, and I've been to the penitentiary 3 times, so I could talk on it. I've been to the just in jail period like 15 times. So I've been locked up with motherfuckers from over east, up north, out west, out south. Most of them guys out south come into jail for a gun case. Like, literally. And most of us, we go to jail for drugs. So that's what 290 is. 290 is the Heroin highway.
So is heroin, is it predominantly like in the west side of Chicago? I know that's a serious drug, man. I know you can make a lot of money off that particular drug, and a lot of people, from what I've heard, gravitate to heroin because they can't afford like the prescription opioid, I guess, addiction. But I don't know, man. That's pretty serious in Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Said the Heroin highway. That's crazy.
Hell yeah. Before opioids was a real bad thing in the city, we was already selling it. I'm only speaking on it because I caught a conspiracy. Like, you know what I'm saying? For selling heroin. Like, this what I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm selling a lot of heroin. Like, not even knowing what was going in the Xanax, fentanyl, methamphetamine. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just mixing a whole bunch of uppers and, you know what I'm saying, type shit. But like, hell yeah, it's a real thing. Like, as you can see today, these kids on opioids real bad.
Yeah.
They on perks and shit real bad. But like, hell yeah, it's a real big thing.
Did you ever I think you mentioned in some interviews that you kind of got addicted to certain pills after the situation when you lost your daughter, but like coming up, were you even exposed to that, man, aside from hustling? Did you like dibble and dabble or get addicted to anything coming up?
Just weed.
That's
I ain't
it?
gonna lie. My first time I smoked weed probably was like 12, and I ain't never stopped. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never stopped. I was my 12th birthday. One of the older chick I used to know asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I'm like, I want to get high. This is my first. I don't even know why I wanted to get high. I'm just like, I want to get high. She like, alright. It was snowing my birthday in January. We was snowing. She had a red van. We go sit in the van. I hit the weed like 4 times. My life ain't been the same since. I swear to God.
Do you still remember that first high?
Hell yeah, that's the best. That's that high everybody chasing right now.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Never find it. Yeah. Never find that first high.
Nah, man. But I definitely want to get into like the hustling and all of that. But man, taking it back to the West Side, is it predominantly like vice lord, or is it a mixture?
I ain't gonna lie, the West Side got more gangs than anybody. Like, you know how, like, the out South, just, you hear about GDs, BDs.
Yeah.
We got Vice Lords, GDs, BDs, Moles, Kings. Like, we got so many parts, like, you know what I'm saying, like, of our area. Then there's so many different types of foes. Like, just, you'll hear foe, like, I'm a foe, but he could be a body snatcher foe. He could be a sniper foe. He could be an Angelo foe. He could be a Walter Weed foe. You know what I'm saying? Or you hear Vice Lord. He could be an unknown Vice Lord, conservative Vice Lord, traveling Vice Lord, insane Vice Lord. See what I'm saying? Like, so we got so many branches out west. Like, that's why it's so much shit going on, because they're like, it's more gangs than anywhere on the west side of Chicago, honestly.
Is the West Side bigger than any other section of the city?
I think the South Side bigger. Like, just me riding around and like traveling through the city, I believe the South Side bigger, bro. The South Side so fucking big, bro. And they got so many buildings, so much space, so many bandit. Like, probably out west you got from, I want to say California to California to Austin. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that far. I ain't gonna even lie. And then social media make it so smaller now, you know.
So you represent the Ridgeway area.
Yeah.
Oh, you call it Richway.
Yeah.
You know, so with your hood in particular, like what blocks make up your hood, or what do you all like clicked up with, bro?
We really just CVLs. Like, we all CVLs. Like,
not even necessarily gangs, but like the actual like blocks. Like, is it just one block that y'all hang on?
No. We hang with a few people. We go all the way up to up north. Like to my homie them CPL, then we go on Lamont and Iowa, TNG, even though everybody's CVL. But I got love I fuck with some GDs, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't just hang with who the same as us, like, you know what I'm saying? We fuck with whoever fuck with us. And I'm a man, I fuck with whoever fuck with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to go to jail, and I done had Sallys who was GDs, P. Rico from out south with my Sally, Muda, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers I fuck with. Like, I got real relationships with kind of like, you know, through jail situations, so I fuck with whoever fuck with me. I ain't gonna lie, like, we got love for whoever got love for us.
Well, I don't know if I was clear when I was saying, so is Ridgeway, like, is it like some surrounding streets too, or is it just, because I'm not familiar with like, the setup? The setup is like multiple like streets that y'all.
Oh yeah, Ridgeway in Ohio.
Okay, Ridgeway in Ohio.
Ridgeway in Ohio. Ridgeway and Heroin, Lundale in Ohio, Lundale and Heroin. Like, them our main blocks.
Okay, and you said CVL.
Yeah.
So, like, what led to you? Correct me if I'm wrong. Your pops was in the streets before you.
Yeah.
Was he CVL as well?
Yeah.
Did that kind of influence you to take that route?
Yeah, my whole family CVL. Even the guy who put my pops in, who gave my pops his status, he CVL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's all on the same block. Like, and it's all family. Everybody who I'm talking about who had some type of influence on me is Adams. My last name is Adams. So my family got blocks. Like, I ain't just the average motherfucker who jumping in the streets because it look cool. Like, every person I ever looked up to did this. Like, I've never had a positive role model. Like, you know what I'm saying? Up until now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but back then, hell yeah, my daddy did 11 years in the penitentiary on the same block I did my time from. My daddy got shot on the same block I got shot on. You know what I'm saying? The person who he looked up to just, may he rest in peace, K. Paso, a chief. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who you talk to about this could verify this, but he just overdosed on that same block. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what we was taught, like, you know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah. It was definitely, I was influenced by my pops, my cousins, like, every day. My mom stayed on the block we talking about right now. Still to this day, my mom. Yeah, she still stay right there to this day. So
that's Ridgeway?
yeah, Ridgeway.
Oh, okay.
So every day I'm leaving out the crib, like for real, I'm walking past all my drug dealer cousins, my uncle, like, and everybody just telling me like, come on, come hustle, come hustle, come hustle. And after so long of trying to go play basketball at school, and you know what I'm saying, you not really getting time in school, you gonna start doing what looks fun, like, you know what I'm saying, because basketball had started getting kind of boring because it was like the coaches had their picks and shit, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, fuck it.
It's favoritism.
I'm gonna just come out here and get some money, low key though. And I stopped loving basketball like my sophomore year.
So with CVL in particular, bro, like, did you actually like jump into that when your father went away, or was he around to see you join the gang?
He was away when I started understanding the feelings that I was having about what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Which was probably like 10, 11. So, you know, if you ain't got no male around that time, 11, 12, 13, a black boy man could be made up if ain't nobody around to tell him what's right from what's wrong. Like at 12, 13, you could be sick and tired of school if ain't nobody on your ass to be like, boy, go your ass to school. You know what I'm saying? But he was around once I started doing it, but he was out of jail, so he's finding himself now. So, and I'm not his youngest child, so now he has to be obligated to his younger children and worry about me later. You know what I'm saying? That's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna worry about my youngest too. You know what I'm saying? So he had to, you know what I'm saying, sacrifice the time away from his older children to make sure his younger children was not gonna go through the same thing. And that's cool, because my brother and them ain't got no felonies, and I love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He took them from out of the city and took them to the suburbs.
That's beautiful, man.
After he came from his last bit. So I understand the sacrifices of a parent. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't actually come up in the same household with both parents?
One parent household. Right? Well, I watched my daddy go to jail that last time out the window. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the police took him, and then I ain't seen him for like 6 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my mom had worked so hard. Like, when my daddy came home from jail, bro, I was calling him by his first name. That's how hard my mom worked to make us feel like we don't need no daddy. She made us forget that we had a daddy. That's how hard she gave us everything. We wasn't getting I ain't talking to my daddy over no jail call. I'm outside every day for 6, 7 years straight. So when he came home, we done ill. It was to the point he had to tell my grandma, like, Joe, tell them to call me daddy. Like, it was hurting his feelings because we was calling him by his first name and not his by daddy. You know what I'm saying? But hell yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? No bullshit. He just what the fuck I was just saying?
No, you was when I asked you, was it a 2-parent household?
Oh yeah.
And you was somebody, he went away. You said you with no jail phone calls. Your mom was independent. Yeah. She was providing for y'all. So when he got home, you was calling by his first name, and that
was just my fault. That was just how hard she worked for us. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, she made us like forget we had a daddy, bro. I swear to God, she made sure we didn't. Mom, what I did? That shit ain't never come out of our mouth, bro. Because she had everything, like doing overtimes at work, like, you know what I'm saying. Despite we never seen her, because she was at work all the time, bro. Like, by the time my mom came home, it'd be 10 o'clock at night. We'll be getting in bed, getting ready for school. So we only see our mama probably like an hour, 2 hours a day.
Man, you know how many people I don't interview, even spoken to or know personally, who had a similar like upbringing where their parent was working so hard to provide that they actually were absent in their life, and it allowed them to just get out there and get into a lot of like unnecessary stuff and bump their head, you know. But they really was trying to provide for them, but they still weren't really able to kind of provide that parental guidance.
That's why you need both parents.
Yeah.
Like, whatever one ain't doing, the other one's supposed to be there. Mom at work, daddy should be watching the kids if he ain't at work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should never be a time where your kids just out here freely doing whatever with nobody watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem. Like how you say, you'll be surprised how many people got the same story, because we all got the same story. Grandma raised us. Mama was at work. Daddy's nowhere around.
Yeah.
That's the average. That's 90% of the black man's story.